If you've ever met a woman who is happily married, you got two here, y'all. If you've ever met a woman who is genuinely happily married, there is not a better life.
Yeah.
There really is not a better life. And this is a part of that, is being able to lift your spouse up, lift your husband up, and to know that it does not make you weak. If you say, my husband is the best thing since sliced bread, it builds him up, but it also builds you up as well.
It's almost
You know, guys, like I said again, this is just a continuation of the lines of video. And I'll be doing these videos because I feel like this is the kind of information that a lot of people are starving for. And for my sisters, you know, my brothers, you know, especially those from the African continent, you know, maybe you're living overseas or you're still in Africa somewhere, but you're seeing this. I think this is for you guys, you know. So I want to share these things with you because it's nice to have this information. What she's saying there about the feminist movement, you know, this whole thing about, you know, women thinking that they can do it all by themselves. Nah, we don't need no man. I don't need a man to do this. I don't need a man to do that, right? Which for a long time has actually destroyed a lot of homes, destroyed a lot of lives, destroyed a lot of relationships. And that is what is actually currently happening. And that is what this lady is going to talk about. So I want you guys to listen because for a long time, you know, women say, hey, you know what? My kids come first. It's not about my husband. It's not about my you know, my relationship with my man. You know, that's not what really matters. You know, it's the children. So she's breaking that down. Listen to this, guys. This is very important. It's going to save a lot of families. Listen to this.
Take care of ourselves, we take care of our children. If we put our husbands out at the front door, it didn't matter. But we would never do that to our kids. And so she said, with all of the good that was there, the problem is we still have not unwound from that point where we put ourselves and our kids first and we put our husbands behind all of that. And the problem with that is if you've ever met a woman who is happily married, you got two here, y'all. If you've ever met a woman who is genuinely happily married, there is not a better life.
Yeah.
There really is not a better life. And this is a part of that, is being able to lift your spouse up, lift your husband up, and to know that it does not make you weak. If you say, my husband is the best thing since sliced bread, it builds him up, but it also builds you up as well.
It's almost like you call the hero out of him.
Yes, you do.
If he knows that you believe that he's your hero and that you count on him as your hero and that you need him, even though you know you could do it yourself. But you are saying to him, I need you. And you let him be in a place of need and necessity in your life, then it's like they rise to the occasion.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Time.
So the first...
And guys, I want you to understand that the need, right? There are needs in life and there are wants. Needs are the basics. So like human being, our basic needs are food, clothing, and shelter. Everything else is a want. I want a nice car. I want a big house. I want, you know, you want more food or whatever it is, right? So women have to prioritize it to where your man should be a need in your life. Basically, that's what this is saying. I just want to see happy homes. I just want to see families thrive. We're tired, especially in this part of the world where, you know, the law favors women. So you see a lot of women going to court, you know, child support cases, all kinds of stuff. Just, they don't want to work things out no more. I'm not getting deep into all of that stuff, right? Because everybody's situation is different. Don't come and tell me, oh, no. Everybody's situation is different. You know, there's cases where there's violence, all of that. But I'm just saying, for a normal situation, normal people, right? This is what we're seeking. And that is why I want you guys to listen to some stuff like this. It's about the woman building up that man, building a relationship, the man supporting the woman. Guys, when a woman knows how to get into a man, you've won the fight. It is a very simple fight, but a lot of you women don't know how to do it. And that is why I want to share this with you. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Probably the number one thing you think that helps to solidify a happy marriage is mutual respect, but even a step beyond that, making sure that you are building into and sowing into the life of your spouse.
Absolutely. So, and that's a part of that. Mutual respect is in there. But also, when I would ask the couples, what is the number one thing? Almost every single time it was mutual respect. But then every now and again there would be another one that would come up, but they would be interchangeable.
Okay.
The second one was trust. So every couple would either say mutual respect and then trust, or they would say.
So mutual respect, it goes both ways, right? It goes both ways, man as well as women. Mutual respect, that's the key to every relationship. If there's mutual respect, that's the key. It goes a long way. So the second one is trust, which is what she's going to talk about. Listen to this, guys. Listen attentively and learn.
say trust and then mutual respect.
Okay.
And the reason why that plays a role is when you are building up your spouse, going back to this because it's really important, when you're building up your spouse and when you're creating this environment that allows for your spouse to be able to share anything with you, then you are creating this sanctuary in your home where they don't want to be anywhere else. That is where they feel the safest. And for so many that are unhappy, it's because they haven't created a safe place for their spouse. And men need a safe place. If they don't have it in you, they will find it in a cave somewhere.
So, an emotion.
That is critical for a lot of females. Support your man, support your husband. Because like she's saying, if you don't give it to him at home, they're going someplace else. So make the home a habitable home. Make the home a place of peace, place of calmness. Your husband should be out in the streets and wanting to come home to see you. If you get to that point, the relationship is successful. Continue to listen to this, guys. Powerful stuff.
Emotional cave.
An emotional
that they
cave.
will run to.
They
instead
will
of
run
running
to
you
instead of running to you.
Okay, but what if you can't trust your spouse?
Listen
Well,
to
that's
this.
What
problem.
if? What if?
For their spouse. And men need a safe place. If they don't have it in you, they will find it in a cave somewhere.
So, an emotional cave.
An emotional
that they
cave.
will run to.
They
instead
will
of
run
running
to
you.
instead of running to you.
Okay, but what if you can't trust your spouse?
Well, that's
What
a problem.
if? What if he?
So this is also very critical, right? Because I know a lot of you females, you know, women, you're in some situations where it's very tough. I know you've been through a lot of stuff, and I can totally sympathize with all of that, right? But listen to this with an open mind and just see what you can take from it, right? If you don't trust your spouse, listen to how these ladies break it down. It's best when you guys hear it from another woman, right? So a woman talking to another woman. Listen to this.
What if he has done enough things
Yeah.
that you're in a position where honestly you don't trust, or maybe it's the flip side,
Yeah.
that maybe it hasn't been physical infidelity on your part or anything, but it's maybe that you've talked so much to your girlfriends or others about things that your husband thought were private in
Yeah.
your marriage, even though to you it's not a big deal what you're talking about. But to him he feels violated.
Yeah.
So now he doesn't trust. So if you're in a position of distrust right now in your relationship,
Yeah.
how do you even begin this path toward trust? What you're saying is the number two most important thing that you need to even begin to be happy.
Yeah, well, it depends on how deep that wound is.
Right.
So if it's something where your spouse has said something to you and you made the mistake of repeating it to someone else and it came back to them and that broke that trust between you, well, that's something you
Basically, the best thing in relationships for you women, don't think you have a friend who I can confide in or I can talk to this person. Don't tell them about your problems. You know, try to talk your problems at home. That's what they're saying, basically. And that is what is important here. Listen to this, but listen.
you can work out by just being trustworthy from that point on until they know, okay, so I can trust again. And that could take time. That could take years. You made that bed. Now you're going to lie in it and you're going to have to be consistent, right?
But guys, I just want you to see stuff like this. And maybe this is going to help and bless somebody's relationship today. But if anything, it's about trust, you know, in your relationships and keeping everything confidential. Discuss your problems between yourselves. Don't take your problems out there and everybody else. That is the key that I took from this. All right. So again, like I said, this is going to be a series that I'll continue to put out there, you know, so we can have these conversations, and maybe I would help to save some relationships along the line whilst we're still talking about politics. So go ahead and subscribe and like, you know, this video. Subscribe to the channel because I have thousands of people watching my channel that are not subscribed to it. So go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss my updates and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So also I'm on Facebook. You know, of course I'm on Twitter. You know, and I'm on YouTube here, so you can follow me everywhere, and so you can catch and see what I'm doing at every given point in time. Okay. All right, everybody. Bye bye.